as I prepare the video, and I go through this through my eyes, through what I see, what I feel, what I hear, transmitted onto paper, transmitted in these videos out to the public eye. Would you say that would be transparency? But you didn't show it to me all, just some of it. Why didn't you tell me all of it? Imagine this. If I said everything exactly to what I was doing for the moment, and at that perfect moment that you can watch everything that I do, and they made a movie about this, you might anticipate and change my personal reality because of your action for the second of mine, in which tells me that what you would see would be faster than me receiving the Spirit, the Holy Ghost, the Almighty of the altar worlds, the marriage of the rings on the fourth finger for area space combined, put a loop around it, point it out all around on the outside of the bubble, and then the pinkies just to make sure that they just keep on moving inside that area space in a certain flow so we can keep that vibration. Although we have great shocks in this world, things are shocking. Look at the color of my skin. I didn't really sit in the sun. I was talking in the sun. I did one of the videos yesterday. I was out in the sun. Isn't this weird? I didn't see the arrow. I saw something else. Here's a man's head. You know what I'm saying? Right? There's a whole design in there. Although when you see FedEx, you also see another design. But let's not get into that. So if I was so transparent that you can actually predict, or what you can actually do is what Google does. It almost floats you into your next thought. The continuation of your own personal thought through your own mind faster than the Spirit through Google. It already knows when you search golf balls, although the Spirit brought it into you and it knew, you know right away, you come back at me and continue with my own personal vibration. And you know when it starts to repeat and look like a mirror, I can actually see, you can actually feel, for those who think, I think I'm being followed. That's the feeling you would get, just like in the Matrix. He says, was that another black cat? Forgetting that he already saw maybe the first black cat, but he forgot. What period of time elapsed before he said, I thought I saw that cat? I thought, how come he didn't say, I already saw that cat? Transparency. So I was going to be talking about silver, gold, copper, iron, moon. One moon, Lin, one eye, earth, one sun, tear. What is this? Codes can be changed to numbers, can be changed to designs. Using two languages between what un and el means her one. Where moon means the split of an ass. Where iron, 9 and 18 coming together, the birth in spirit, the division of pi. Nori. Ironic. Ironic in the Jetsons being the robot. Things that continue on as a partial word, a continuous word, a complete word, one letter at a time. 4 letters in this word. An iron. And pulse affaire. And pulse affaire is in French. It means an iron. Or you can say pulse fair. And now, is it fair? Should I be bypassing fair? What ass? Oh, I'm sorry. What pass? Oh, forget it. What passed? You know what I'm saying? What passed? They didn't say the end of the word. Through the path, I went past. The ass means the behind of where I came from. I was facing and walking into where my behind now stands when I don't move. Why do I talk like this? Should we come back to the revelation of the spirit of transparency? Oh, I'm all over the place. Thank you for that comment if you're still watching my videos. And I can tell you right now, and it's not fair for me to say this, but I'm just going to tell you based on the percentages of truth, that 80% of my videos, everybody goes, oh, roulette. Roulette. So it's like everybody's going to take a chance instead of sitting here and seeing what's actually going on, because you can't actually follow. For you, it could be a joke. Ha ha ha, look what is going on. Oh, he's a funny guy. Maybe I go too fast. That has to be retaught. Imagine if I'm the machine and I'm going really fast and everybody's looking, and all of a sudden on this side a bunch of garbage is going in, on this side I got, wow, it's a pen. But nobody knows what's happening inside the gut. So this is my fabrication of what is going on inside the gut, and how I've built from what God did over to the animals. And on the sixth day he made man. So no matter what, in God's previous vision, before he made man, he went through animal. And before he went to animal, God created the skies and the earth, the night and the day. He created, or noted, to what we know today as basically what we both need as opposites, night and day. But is night really opposite of day? Good night, good morning. So let's call the day morning. May darkness come upon you. Dark, arc, D, delta, angle, revelation, institution of another way of thinking. Creation before creation. We're driving cars. Ancient history, my friend. We don't need any vehicle other than the ark we possess for the spirit that comes within us. If I give out to you my immediate transparency to everything I know, you can possibly sell that for a gain. What is one gain is one's loss in most instances, in certain bubbles. Carbon went into the air. I took the carbon into the air. I turned it into ink, and now I'm writing with it. More or less like that. Transparency. Transparency being quicker than the spirit and changing the path of every single individual. That's what this is doing right now. Faster and faster. The robotic of Bitcoin knows everything that man is doing. Bitcoin, Los Angeles, the new hockey team, the Toronto Raptors on their way to beat the Golden State, San Francisco down by the Bay, Pier 9 or Pier 49. Jesus Christ, Uranus cometh back in time. 2021, 74 times, is it 74? Look at this, 1, 2, 3, ABC, times 47, Jesus Christ in time, 5781, 3 by 19 is 57, the Spirit cometh, of 27, the red sun, 81, Venus, 18, angel, heaven, resident, angel, G and H, come together, return to the BC world. 8 by 7, 8 plus 7, 1771, 56 and 15, through Mars and the gateway to the heavens. The numbers do it themselves. Everything is by 3. Alpha, beta, father and mother and the child. A, alpha, B, beta, C, creation. Alpha, beta, A, B, B, A, says father. B, Baba, becomes E. 3 times 2, 3 plus 2 equals 5 and 6. One times 2, A and B, equals E, B, B, Bebe, A, B, Abba, Abba, connect these together. E, 5, E, ma, or in French, Ima, I am, mais, j'ai, je suis. Jesus, Jesus. I have and I am. I have and I am in French, where the I meets the E for the 59 minutes and 59 seconds in the world we live. E-I-E-I-O. Farmer in the dell. And we have to bring everything into it. Everything fits. The theory of everything and everything in creation, of things that were thought of but never actually handheld. Who thought of the telephone? I have a cellular phone in my hand. What they thought, what they knew, is what I know. And I'm not the scientist, is because I'm here in this time on this planet Earth, where those who are no longer here that thought somebody drew this in school, a child in the 1700s, in the 1850s, even before that, let's get to the 1700s, where somebody was drawing in school, because when did the telephone come out? How come I can't? I mean, obviously, I want to see you if I speak to you, but right now I only hear you. So the radio came first. So the speaker came first. Are you the speaker? Are you the head speaker? Who's at the other end of these wires? I can hear you now. I am calling out. How does the electricity come together, and why should I be transparent? Just for you to change? When is transparency relevant? When should it be blocked? At what? But let's share. Oh, but don't interrupt me, because then I'm not sharing. If you interrupt me, then you break and come into the transparency where you can enter into the life and break at that moment, almost like stopping a car from hitting somebody on the street. At that point, it's a little different. But if you block what I say, you split everything I am thinking, unless I'm just repeating it, what's already written down. And then again, I can come in and change my mind. The truth stands to be the truth, and it is, for whatever the truth is relevant in that, or of that theory, or 1 + 1 = 2, because of the system we follow. Because 1 and 1 is somehow one bubble. I put milk and water together. That was 1 and 1. I still got 1. But now the 1 I have has a different name to it. First I had milk, and then I had chocolate, and I put the milk in the chocolate, and now I had chocolate milk. How is it those bubbles come out and we get carbonated water? I'm still confused. Can somebody tell me exactly what that gas is that gives me carbonated water? And even if you explain it to me, you're going to have to spend hours explaining it to me until I completely understand why that creates that. And you're going to say, my God, this guy's stupider than a 6-day-old child. When the 6-day-old child hasn't even come to the earth, and the body of the living child, but the possession of the spirit, the conscious star hasn't entered into the child as of yet. The child's life is not transparent to what's before him. Do you remember what happened in the first couple of days of your life? Chicken lays an egg, 6 eggs a week, but doesn't lay for the first couple of months of her life. So what is that equation? 3 times 52, the number to earth? Yeah, earth, heart. 2, 5, 5, 2. 5 and 2, 7, 5 and 2, 7. 77, Christ. 5 and 5 is 1. 515 is Mars. 15 is 1/4 of an hour. 15 is also 1/4 of an hour, because that's just what we play when we play on ice. But when we play in the court and we're holding a ball and it looks like, and it looks like the sun, it's an orange ball, oh my God. 12 minutes is 1/4. No, sorry. 15 minutes is 1/4, but 12 is 1/5, and that's the speed in horse racing. Every 1/5 that they go is a length, more say, right? 1/5 of a second. 1/5 of a second takes 5 of them. 5 by 12 equals to that 60. So there's 5 parts when you're on the court. On the hardwood, HW 5 8.5 when you're in the matrix, when you're in the silver matrix. Why do they call it silver matrix? Silver screen, word matrix 85, word silver 85, multiply it, add it, it says electric company, and it goes right to the moon. And it's number 35, it's any crap. Now it goes to the game of craps, in which 3 and 7 and 5 and 5, or 57 is the numeric value for the moon, and 5 by 7 is that 35, 5 plus 7 is 12, equals to 47. 4 by 7 is 28, and that is the menstrual cycle of the moon. 272 is our red sun. When? A big red sun. Can't you see it? Red and yellow equals orange on the hardwood floor. Oh my God. 15 minutes of a game full of transparency, and you can't change anything because this is a video. No interruptions over here. You see, if I would go live, I would be interrupted. You would break the flow of spirit, and I wouldn't even be able to conceive within my own mind to be able to remember my... Okay, I'm getting out. The flow is on the go, and here's the hardwood floor is 12 and 15 for the other sport. Baseball's got 9 innings until you're born. But if you're winning in the 9th inning, you don't have to come to bat in the 9th inning because you already won the game. Ho, 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 ho. Oh, oh. You already won the game. Basketball, hockey, boxing, 3 minutes. How many rounds? 3 minutes. 3 minutes in boxing before you put someone, you knock them out. I mean, win, lose, win by a knockout. You know, all these things are telling us the game of pool, bowling. I'm getting off the realm of my transparency now, but you're not changing anything. I'm going to say, I'm going to end this video because I think someone's attention span, they've already threw this video in the garbage. In fact, I'm going to come back in 1 week from today, but I think this is an outstanding video, and I'm presuming there's going to be 21 views tops within 7 days from now maximum. And the only way to get more views than that, because I think this is an outstanding, this is like a program on TV, and I didn't even finish with the numbers because the numbers keep going. We go to the moon, we go to Earth, but Earth and the weeks, the number of weeks in the year and Earth, and isn't that weird? 52 weeks in a year, 52 weeks Earth, 52 cards in a deck, plus the jokers, plus the description card. So we have 14, so we have 3 times 14. Okay, in hockey, we have 4 times 15, okay, to make the 60 minutes. In basketball, we have 5 times 12 to make the 60 minutes. In boxing, we have 3 times 20 to create 60 minutes, but there's only 12 rounds. And 12 rounds of 3 minutes is only 36 minutes, so you've gone all around. Why I mentioned 3 by 14. 3 by 14 equals to 42. I made a mistake. Add 10 man, which means communication within one's mind, because without 10, man is nothing. Man is 14 plus 10. Man is 14 plus 10. He's X-Man. Okay. 14 plus 10 is 24. This will create inside the DNA in the sun. 5 times 2 is the Earth, 7 times 2 the red sun, 24 is the total, 6 times 4 is 24. Big deal. 24th letter X. Roman numerals in numbers, X equals to 10. 24, creation of the cat, 3 by 14, is 42 plus 10. So how do we get 52? Is there a number to get 52? 4 times 13 equals 52. AC/DC, and now we're 413. It's so just crazy. Isn't it just so crazy? In order to get that 52, we need 413. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you want to go on to 6 and 7, the spirit of 76. How do we create the spirit of 76? You got a high straight or a low straight. You know, how do you create all these things? Math. And how the equation manipulates the numbers to give you a result that will explain to you a story. Everybody knows that if you mix oil if you take oil and water and you put them in one flask, the two are going to take their sides. It's going to be half and half, half and half. Right? They're going to split. So the story is, if I tell you H2O and whatever the number for oil is, and I put them in, you're going to come up with either a story, or you won't come up with those letters, right? This and this makes this, right? Magnesium is magnesium. What makes up the properties to become magnesium, or it's just that's magnesium? Is there any two things that mix together other than colors and things that you cook that it gets a new name on the element scale? Or other than the explanation of how you got to the product that you have. Transparency, my friends. Raphael 70, 286, and a constellation of Pegasus. All this was done, and the energy I gained in this video because I had a phone call. On the other street, a gentleman says one of his friends thinks he saw a cat that was under 5 pounds, that seemed he was house friendly, and he looked just like your cat. So I'm praying, and I'd like everybody to pray with me. Let's make this viral video viral. Well, there's a lot of things we don't want to go viral, right? But isn't it funny the way words mix? There's a lot of things I left out here because I'm just going to go on and talk for days and get lost. We finished this. This bubble has been done. I want to thank you. I appreciate it, Raphael, coming to you from the House of Paint. If it's not the story that wasn't at least half decent, then do it for something spectacular, right? Like this place I live. I'm just going to stretch this out a little more. Now there's the floor that I'm on. Now that's one of the bedrooms. Sun is coming in. That's the other bedroom. For those who have never seen my video, Jacob, the Cancer flush, tortoise and turtle pulling one away. If you're into the stock market, you have the M&M, the bird tweeting out. There's the bull and there's the bear. And there's your M&M and your tweeters, your horn pull pluggers. Over here we have the oil. Sorry for the language, pissing onto the ground. Over here in blue, I call that the 10 Commandments. And everything crisscrosses. There was one thing that I didn't do to you, and that's ABC 123, 123 by 47, and 43 by 47. I started to explain it before. Those will give you the final date for my numbers. When I started 15 years ago, I had to come up with the Michael Jackson ABC 123. I had to take numbers. I don't know where they came from, but I understood that 50 was half, as well as 30 was half. So I had to put this into my formation. I'm telling you these things just as add-ons. Where do I come to 50? Well, 50 is half of 100, okay, in which 30 is half of the 60-second time. Now, in reality, you never want to go on the buzzer, and you never win from the drop of the puck, and you never win from the red light goes on. But the red light goes on only after the complete 1 second, so you can be inside that 1 second. So it's a complete 60 minutes and 60 seconds. No, it's not. Nothing can happen other than the opening of the hand in the first seconds to the puck going down to the ice and dropping. 1 second is gone before the game actually begins, leaving you at 59 seconds to play. So for every time there's a whistle in the game, remove 1 second from the game. Again, I can go on and on. 50 and 30, for those who don't know me, I like to always say that 0 equals 6. Okay, 0 equals 6. The reverse of 6 and 4, okay, which equals to 24 and 10 equaling to 34, right? And I have to do this because I just saw it. 6 times 4 on a cube, the opposite is 6 and 1, 3 and 4. 6 by 4 is 24. 6 plus 4 is 10, equaling to 34. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 plus 3 is 4, 34. 77, the gateway to Christ, but it's actually through the moon. Why? Because on a dice cube, and you see I might never stop for those who just want to stick it out. On a dice cube, 1 is opposite of 6. But if you notice, these are 3 and 3 on the outside. This is in the center. Nothing else will reflect on the dice. So that number that I showed you, 1 and 6, okay, nothing reflects. It's a complete 7. But the 3 and 4, they reflect and only create a 5. 57, 75, 57, 75, 77 times 75. 7 and 5 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. 7 and 5 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. 33, commandment of the Christ. So many things, 57, 75, so many things. They just keep telling the same story. Why in the world these numbers keep coming back to the moon, the sun, the earth, and the planets? They all fall in line, and I'm using so few numbers. I haven't brought the astrology into this. I haven't brought the zodiac and astrology into this yet, or their meanings that go alongside, the experts and their meanings. I haven't really brought any of the elements. I haven't introduced a metric system. I play a little bit with 2 languages, the French language and the English language. I love all mathematical calculations or anything, because I can take a look of whether or not, I mean, there's always a possibility that I can figure something out that'll do something that people will understand, but everybody will understand if you just, if they want to understand, they'll say, I don't understand, explain it to me. But I have some people come up to me and says, I don't know why you're doing it. I don't understand, and I don't know why you're doing it. Tell me why you're doing it. No. First, I'm going to explain this to you. This is a theory. This isn't more than a theory. This is exactly what happens. 1 times 3, okay, for most people is 3. Oh, but why are you doing it? Well, wait a second. Why are you going to the movie? To watch it. Yeah, so you watch a movie and? Oh, you enjoy it? Yeah. Really? You enjoy the movie? Yeah. So you watched it. Big deal. Why don't you bake a cake? Why don't you go do something for the world? You just did something selfish. What I'm doing is selfish, but I'm sharing transparently. 1 times 3 is 3, and everybody should know, because just in case we only have 1 set of 3, everybody knows what it is. So now we're all equal because we all understand the same thing. It is what it is. So many theories in the world. We put together so many pieces. Sometimes we put together ideas. We don't even get to the idea. Imagine, and it's not that I can prove it. I'm going to explain it. We're looking for a new employee. 1,000 people show up to the door. They only take 1. We want an employee that will give us a new idea. So 1,000 people come up, they only hire 1, take 1 idea. How do we know that one of the ideas that was not taken, that in the future, that idea will come out and go, somebody will go back, my great-granddad, that's what he was thinking. And this child, depending on how they feel, will feel hurt inside. I can't believe it. They can say many things. Oh, I could have been rich today if they just listened to my granddad, unless he gambled it all away. Oh, it would have been so great because all these things take place. Transparency. If I give up my complete transparency, you might make up the rest of the story. Isn't that what 60 Minutes is about? And the rest of the story. Until you know completely, and you can share whatever that might be, or you can complete something that is. When things are incomplete, they do not have to be shared, and they shouldn't be shared. They're incomplete. They have no meaning. They're irrelevant. Somebody comes over. What are you working on? Oh, look. This is what I'm working on. What is it? A design? This is what I'm working on. What is it? It's a design. So when this video ends, I just want to show, thinking of you, Al. Thinking of you, Al, and your tattoos for dimension. And just look at the white here. Just look at the white. Or just forget about the white and look at the black, but try to give it an indentation, an opening over here between the 2 sides, the way it's turned on an angle. I wish I can learn more of that. Or his bow tie he's wearing here. Nose up, here's the eye looking inside the mouth. Imagination. The eye is over here, the nose is over here, the mouth is on the inside, the chin is on the outside. Here's the back of his head. Here's his vision through the sky. And the story goes on. I was really trying to draw that, but I lost my way. That or that little thing, which I'm not finished yet. See the way it's full down here, but it's not up here? This is below. And this is above where we're swimming on water. This section, which is a reflection of this section over here, this section over here is complete and full because it's the bottom section. It fills up with water. And this one has a backside and a front side, or the above and below. But they're the same, but they're different because one area has complete space while the other is full and supporting your area. Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I give you 30 minutes of my life. Thank you for watching and sharing this video. Thumbs up.